What if your white Labrador is not hyper, spoiled, or needy at all, but quietly unhappy in ways your daily routine keeps hiding? Most owners think long walks, endless fetch, and strict obedience create the perfect dog, never realizing those same habits can slowly starve him. The terrifying part is this: your Labrador may still wag, still listen, still adore you, while feeling mentally rushed, pressured, and unseen. There are 6 hidden happiness codes many loving owners miss, and once you see them, you may never look at your dog the same. Because the saddest truth is not that your Labrador is unloved, but that he may be begging for help in silence. A white Labrador can return from a long walk still restless, because tired legs do not always mean a brain that feels understood. Many owners see happiness as movement, speed, and obedience. Yet their Labrador often longs for something gentler, slower, and far more emotionally satisfying. What looks like stubborn stopping, excessive sniffing, or clingy leaning is often a white Labrador quietly asking for psychological space, regulation, and connection. This breed was shaped to work closely with humans. But cooperation does not erase instinct, and instinct still asks to smell, choose, recover, and belong. When every outing becomes a mission, every game becomes a test, and every command becomes constant, your Labrador may perform well, but feel strangely unseen. Real happiness for a Labrador is rarely dramatic. It lives inside small permissions, soft rituals, and moments where your presence feels safe instead of demanding. The first code is simple. Sometimes your dog does not need a faster walk, just a walk where the nose finally leads. To humans, sniffing can look like wasting time. But to a white Labrador, scent is information, memory, social mapping, and nervous system release. Every patch of grass contains messages about other dogs, changing weather, nearby people, and tiny environmental shifts your Labrador was born to notice. When you keep pulling the leash because the pause feels too long, you interrupt the exact mental work that helps your dog settle. A proper sniffari is not random wandering. It is a structured decompression ritual where your white Labrador gets temporary freedom to investigate safely. For 15 minutes, let the walk slow down. Let the nose choose direction. And let curiosity matter more than distance, pace, or calorie burning. During that time, your Labrador is not ignoring you. He is reading his world, lowering internal pressure and processing stimulation in the healthiest way. You may notice fewer frantic behaviors later, because unmet sniffing needs often leak out as pulling, pacing, whining, or overexcited reactions at home. The miracle is small but powerful. A dog who feels allowed to investigate often becomes more cooperative because his brain no longer feels rushed. That is the Labrador paradox many owners miss. Giving a little control during the walk often creates more calm for everyone afterward. The second code begins after exercise, because excitement is not the same thing as emotional recovery, and many Labradors stay overstimulated too long. Fetch can be thrilling, especially for a white Labrador bred to carry and chase. But repeated arousal without cooldown can keep stress chemistry elevated. Some owners keep throwing the ball until the dog is exhausted, believing collapse equals satisfaction, when it sometimes means the nervous system never reset. After running, many Labradors need help coming back down, just like children who cannot instantly relax after a loud and thrilling game. This is where licking therapy becomes surprisingly powerful, because steady licking can support decompression and shift the body toward a calmer state. A lick mat with dog-safe peanut butter gives your Labrador a repetitive, soothing task that feels grounding instead of competitive or explosive. You are not spoiling your dog by offering this ritual. You are teaching his body how to exit excitement without staying emotionally revved. Over time, this can reduce wild zoomies, barking bursts, mouthiness, and the strange restless stares some Labradors show after intense play. Think of it as an emotional landing strip, where your white Labrador can move from adrenaline back into comfort without confusion. A happy Labrador is not one who stays hyped the longest. It is one who knows how to feel safe again. The third code appears when you come home, and it starts with something many people remove before the dog can truly notice it. Your shoes, coat, and bag are not just objects to your Labrador. They carry the story of where you went. Scent lets your white Labrador reconnect with your absence in a way words never could, because smell turns separation into understandable information. When you rush inside and hide everything away, your dog loses a brief but meaningful chance to connect with your outside world. Try pausing for 1 minute and letting your Labrador sniff your shoes, trouser cuffs, or bag before the evening moves on. To you, it may seem ordinary, but to him, this is reunion, reassurance, and social storytelling without pressure or noise. He is gathering traces of streets, offices, strangers, weather, and time, then placing himself back inside your day through scent. This tiny ritual can soften clinginess, because your Labrador no longer feels shut out from the hours you spent apart. It says, without words, I went away, I came back, and here is the world I carried home to you. For a breed so attached to people, that gentle bridge between separation and reunion can feel deeply regulating and emotionally complete. The fourth code is choice, and many intelligent Labradors become calmer when they are trusted with tiny decisions inside daily life. A white Labrador does not need total control, but small choices can build confidence, reduce frustration, and make cooperation feel mutual instead of forced. You might offer 2 toys, 2 resting spots, or 2 directions at a safe walking junction, then wait quietly. That pause matters, because your dog learns that his preference can influence the moment without breaking the relationship or routine. Choice changes the emotional texture of obedience, turning life from constant instruction into a conversation where your Labrador has some voice. Many anxious or over-dependent dogs blossom when they discover they can choose something simple and still remain securely connected to their owner. You may see brighter engagement, and steadier confidence, and less frantic checking, because control in tiny doses can reduce internal uncertainty. This matters especially for Labradors, whose eagerness to please often hides how much pressure they feel to always get it right. A dog who never gets to choose may look compliant, yet still carry quiet tension beneath the wagging tail. Giving safe choices does not weaken structure. It teaches your Labrador that partnership includes trust, not just direction. The fifth code is softer than training and more intimate than play, because it lives inside the way you look at each other. Humans often stare with love, but direct, fixed eye contact can feel intense to a dog when the body stays too hard. Your white Labrador reads your face, eyelids, mouth tension, and breathing far more carefully than most owners ever realize. A soft gaze with relaxed features and slow blinking can communicate safety in a language older than spoken commands. It is not about forcing your dog to hold eye contact. It is about offering a gentle visual atmosphere he can rest in. When your Labrador glances at you and sees softness instead of pressure, trust deepens without any toy, treat, or formal cue. This kind of eye contact often lowers the emotional temperature in both bodies, especially after busy days or stimulating environments. Many owners are surprised that their dog leans closer, sighs, or settles faster after just a few quiet seconds of this. The moment works because love feels safest to dogs when it arrives without tension, demand, or loud enthusiasm layered on top. Sometimes the most affectionate thing you can do is look at your Labrador like there is nothing he must prove. The sixth code may look like doing nothing, yet for a white Labrador, it can feel like the deepest social comfort. Many Labradors are called Velcro dogs because they crave nearness. Not always through play, but through shared presence and quiet body rhythm. That means 10 minutes on the floor together can matter more than another command session or another burst of excited petting. Sit beside your dog in the evening without your phone, without constant touching, and without asking him to perform calmness. Let your breathing slow, let the room quiet down, and let your Labrador choose how close he wants to be. Some will lean against your leg, some will lie nearby, and some will simply rest easier because you stayed. And this passive socializing satisfies a deep attachment need, especially in Labradors who spend the day waiting for their people to return. It teaches your dog that togetherness is not always earned through activity, and that closeness can exist without pressure. For sensitive dogs, this kind of calm company can reduce nighttime restlessness, shadowing behavior, and the need for constant reassurance. It also helps owners notice something beautiful. Beneath the playful energy, many Labradors are deeply comforted by simple, steady companionship. When you combine sniffing freedom, licking recovery, scent reunion, small choices, soft eyes, and quiet closeness, the whole dog changes. You are no longer managing only behavior. You are supporting a nervous system that wants understanding as much as exercise. A white Labrador who feels mentally seen often pulls less, settles faster, and stops chasing stimulation as if happiness always lives there. That happens because emotional needs do not disappear when physical needs are met. They simply wait, often hidden under good behavior. Many well-loved dogs still carry subtle stress, not from cruelty, but from routines that miss the psychology beneath the surface. The good news is that none of these happiness codes require expensive tools, dramatic retraining, or a complete change in lifestyle. They ask for slower moments, clearer observation, and the willingness to let your Labrador experience life in more natural ways. Instead of asking only, "Did my dog exercise enough?" Try asking, "Did my dog get to sniff, choose, recover, and connect?" That one shift changes everything. Well, because fulfillment comes from being understood, not only from being directed and physically tired. Your Labrador may never explain this in words, but the body will answer through softer eyes, steadier breathing, and quieter evenings. He will linger less in frantic excitement, because daily life will finally contain more moments that actually feel complete to him. Walks will become less like marching and more like conversation, where the leash connects two minds instead of controlling one body. Play will feel healthier because arousal will have an ending, and homecomings will feel richer because scent becomes part of belonging. Training itself can even improve, because a dog who feels safer and less pressured often learns with more focus and trust. Choice will build confidence. Quiet contact will deepen attachment, and your white Labrador will start carrying less invisible tension through the day. These are small acts, but dogs live inside small acts, noticing tone, timing, pauses, and permission more than speeches. So if your Labrador seems energetic yet oddly unsettled, joyful yet needy, obedient yet never fully relaxed, look beneath the routine. Happiness may not be missing because you love too little. It may be missing because the signals were too subtle. Once you see those signals, your white Labrador stops looking complicated and starts looking beautifully honest about what actually helps. And that may be the sweetest truth of all. Your Labrador was never asking for more performance, only more understanding.